Hey guys, last September I attended the Global Lean Leadership Summit hosted by Cambridge Engineering in St. Louis, Missouri, and we had great moments. One of those moments was Greg, the plant manager at Cambridge, talking about humility. I captured it on video. Check this out, it's amazing.
All right, just want to loosen you up there, all right? So humility is that first ingredient. When we're talking about humility, what we're talking about is, I understand that in this room there are hundreds of brilliant, super educated, and fantastic experienced people. And as brilliant and excellent and experienced as we are, none of us are doing our jobs the best way that they could be done. And so humility allows us to see that. It opens doors to us, and it allows us to see our blind spots. In other words, the new guy that we're going to train on our process, humility allows us to know that that new guy who has no experience can find holes in our process. Humility allows us to be able to see that. And so that's what we're talking about when we're talking about humility. The other thing is as we unleash people to create ideas and we unleash people to have inventions and we're working on all these things together, one of the things that we have to have is humility so that we know that we don't fall in love with our ideas. Sometimes we can have an idea and be super excited about it, but then we fall in love with it, and when someone else wants to build on that idea, no, that was my idea, and it was precious to me. Well, humility allows us to not fall in love with our ideas, to enjoy the process and enjoy the experience, but to not get stuck with that one idea that we have. We have a little saying around here that the first idea is the worst idea, but it's the most important idea. To have that courage and that heart to have the idea, but then to also have the humility to allow other people to build on those ideas. So the first idea, hopefully it's going to be the worst idea. Sometimes I have ideas so that we can get the process started, right? That's why this works, is you have an idea and you know throwing it out there, this isn't a very good one. But if I throw it out there, I know that I'm surrounded by people who also have great ideas, and they're going to look at this one idea and they're going to start building on it. Humility allows us to do that. It keeps the door open to continuous improvement. And then the third part of this is what I feel is the most important, and that is the humility of leadership. The humility of leaders of this. And by the way, we got this stuff from Paul's book. What I'm talking about is right out of chapter 13, humble leaders, right? So what we're talking about humble leaders is, I realize that all of us in this room probably are at the places that we're at because we're expert problem solvers. And that we have a skill set to solve problems. But what happens as a leader is your job really changes from being an expert problem solver to being a grower of people and developing other problem solvers. And so in order for me to develop other people and develop other problem solvers, I have to lay down my own skill set. I have to lay down my own expert ability at things, because if my expert ability is in the way, it's going to keep my team from growing. So what happens when a person brings an idea to me and they're excited about this idea and they think it's going to be pretty cool, and they've never tried this, and they're stepping out into the water and they're saying, yeah, I've got this idea, what do you think? And I go, well, it's okay, but you know what I would do? And we try to go into problem solving mode, and we try to go into answers, but the answer is not what we're looking for. The solution to the problem is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is to develop a problem solver. And so when they bring that idea to them, we encourage, we celebrate. So this is really about encouragement. It's a really harsh way to let me know my time is up, isn't it? But what we're doing is developing people, and we're developing problem solvers. And so for us, it's not about me being a problem solver anymore, it's about developing. And as leaders, we're developing others. I love the way that John Kramer, our president, talks about it. When I started to transition into a leadership role, he's like, here's the thing, buddy, you're not Luke Skywalker anymore. You're not the hero. You're Yoda. You're the old guy who's now going to train the heroes of tomorrow. And so our jobs as leaders have to transition. And at the bottom line, at the end of the day, this is what I know, that my team is only going to grow to the level of my humility. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, Greg.